Hey, g'day, friends. Here we are. Look, I'm looking a bit bright in that frame. Just how it is with the weather conditions right now. It's not bright outside, it's quite dim. That's why the background's dim. But anyway, if I sit here, I cover that back window. That looks a bit better. It's Chat with Matt. It is the 9th of October, 2019. It's my birthday in 2 days. I'll be 49. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought I'd live that long? Oh well, not much we can do about it now. Other than press on regardless. Hey Carolyn, how are you? So here we are, it's Chat with Matt. I am open for any questions, comments, requests, points of discussion, topics, whatever. Hey, who have I got there? Sister Meg is with us also. Hello. Yeah, Chat with Matt, go for it. Tell me, ask me something. What's been going on for me? I delivered a meditation yesterday. I'm going to tell this again. I told it last night in a short live stream I did as well, but it's because I actually did listen to it last night, which is not that usual for me to actually go back and listen to my quote-unquote own stuff, the stuff that I produce. But I did because basically got told to by Spirit and nudged to, encouraged to. And it was a deep experience, that's for sure. So I did this meditation yesterday, and we're working with the topic of time this month in the Mantara Transformation Empowerment Support Community. And so I did this meditation yesterday where it was interesting because I sort of started off down this path of working with forgiveness and all this other stuff, just connecting in and relaxing in and finding forgiveness for ourselves and all of that sort of stuff. I can't remember exactly now, even though I just listened to it last night. But then the Deva of Time showed up, and I've never really thought of the Deva of Time. I've never really thought of time having a Deva. A Deva is like a god or a goddess or whatever. In this case, I felt the Deva of Time be more masculine, as opposed to the Deva of Forgiveness, which I work with quite regularly, who is definitely much more feminine in how I perceive it anyway. And of course, it is just perceptions, right? These are not truths locked down. It's not that the Deva of Time is this and this and this. Not that there is perhaps a Deva of Time. It's just me, right? The whole world is just me, right? Just my perspective, just as the whole world is your perspective as well for you. So, but the point is, I did this great piece last night about making friends with the Deva of Time, because I realized in my own life how I've vilified time, how I've made time, much like I did money earlier in my life, right? Money was the root of all evil in my mind because of various experiences I've had in childhood and various things I've witnessed in the world, my programming from my parents and people around me, and just noticing what people did in order to get money. It seemed like money was quite evil for doing that to people, right? And as I matured, I realized that money is neutral. And, the cases is how people use money, So, interestingly with time also, that I'd sort of thought of time as a thief, time as something that was against me. And so that sort of I became aware of that. And so decided, pushed, nudged, encouraged, guided to make friends with the Deva of Time. It was quite a powerful experience to be there holding hands, literally holding hands with the Deva of Time, and choosing to recognize that I do have time, and that time, I'm here to have the time of my life, right? I'm here to have a good time. Time is working for us. It helps us to pull apart experiences and to really work in a powerful way. Awesome, Carolyn. Awesome. So here I'm going to leave time because we've got time. We can always come back to time later, and we're going to spend some time talking about Carolyn's excitement. Hi Matt, starting a new job on Monday. Had some old fears come up. Trying to relax, trust, because I know it's a great move. This See Now button or See More button has been notoriously not compliant. Here we go, got it. As the phone bounces around as I'm punching it harder and harder. Old fears coming up, trying to relax, trust, because I know it's a great move for me. Awesome, Caroline. Awesome. Hey, Maria, and so make friends with time. It's an awesome thing to do. And I am going to put it on my web store for something like $5 or something. it's part of the Montara Transformation Support Community, but I'll put it out there because it's good. It is really good. It's a really good meditation. No light language. It was just a meditation. Anyway, so Carolyn, definitely hold support for you while you face these old fears, right? Whatever they're about, whatever's coming up about, being judged or not being good enough or right, failing in some way. And it can just be generally what's provoked this fear is just doing something new, right? A new job means meeting new people, new environment. There's a whole heap of unknowns. So fear arises, anxiety arises. It's very, very natural and not a problem there. What can be an issue is if you let your mind run with it, if you let yourself start trying to solve some of those perceived dangers that you're going up against, because there's no real dangers there. You could not perform so well and lose that job. I guess that's the worst outcome. And you'll get another job, right? It's not likely to be life-threatening this time. So, but trusting, having faith that whatever the outcome is, whether it's a little challenging or whether it's really easy, it doesn't really matter. Whatever the outcome, it's going to serve you. And challenges aren't wrong. And stepping into new experiences is definitely not wrong. It's very, very, very much part of our evolutionary path. And to try and avoid it isn't going to work. So it's great that you have this opportunity. And it's great that you are choosing to trust because you know it's a great move. And now it's just a matter of breathing your way through the fears as they come up and not making yourself wrong for having fears, because basically everyone does. Everyone does. It's just a matter of how much we allow those fears to be present. A lot of people will suppress them and just keep pushing them away, so that they can cope, right? Because they're worried that if they allow the fears to fully present, then they're going to lose their confidence, because their confidence is a mask they wear. It's not a true, authentic confidence, because true, authentic confidence allows us to have our fears and our doubts and all of that, and to trust beneath that stuff, right? To just know, oh, this is just shit arising that I need to release. Yeah, so that's right. Overthinking is the danger, because what we focus on, we feed, and what we feed will grow stronger. And so it's really beneficial to focus on the trust and the faith that you have in knowing that this is the right move for you, even if it will be a little challenging, even if there will be a few hiccups to start with, even if it will feel uneasy in your tummy when you are turning up to a new situation and meeting new people and all of that goes with a new job. But you will get through all of that. I now have to keep scrolling. Hey, Sister Robin, how are you this morning? Are you about to go into yoga? You sitting in the car park outside the yoga thing or not? Do you have a job? Sister Robin's on school holidays because she's a teacher. I know these things. I'm privy to information, background information on my clients. So, yeah, awesome, Carolyn. We're definitely holding support, and you just keep trusting and allowing yourself to step through those levels of anxiety that you're not wrong for having them. It is basically an opportunity for you to release old fears and to release or to get a deeper level of confidence with the process of stepping through your fears, right? So you're seeing them and you're choosing to act in an empowered way anyway. And by doing that, you strengthen yourself and you weaken the hold that fears have over you. The fears don't just disappear. I talk about releasing all the time, but what you're really doing is not releasing the energy of the fear. You're releasing your attachment to it, right? You're releasing your disempowerment to it. You're releasing the importance you put on these energies. That's what we release more than the energy itself. The energy itself will dissipate, but it dissipates over a longer period of time in my experience, as opposed to whoosh, all of that's gone. No, what whooshes and all of it goes is the story you hold against the energy that's in your field. I have to keep manually progressing the questions or the comments now, because for some reason once you hold it on a comment for any period of time, it stops doing it automatically. Facebook can fix that, please. It used to do it, used to be fine. Not so much anymore. But anyway, the thing about Facebook, right, if you talk about change, it keeps changing, friggin' thing. Now, it's good. I love the fact that the people who are developing Facebook are not afraid to change things, not afraid to try new things, which for a user can be a bit frustrating sometimes when they try something that's not so good. But as an evolutionary path, they're not afraid to keep throwing up ideas and actually pushing it out to the market and seeing how it's adopted or not. Obviously, they have metrics and analysis that see if people like it and whether it's being adopted or not, and they make their decisions from there. So things can come and go in the space of a week because of the billion or so users of this friggin' platform. But they're not afraid to try something up, and they're not afraid to have it dismally flop, because they know that by doing that, they're actually going to progress the evolution of the platform and stay current and keep people interested. Even though it frustrates some of us some of the time, we're not likely to throw our hands up at that. Awesome. Robin's lost track of time and so didn't make it to yoga. Chat with Matt is on. So yeah, ask a question. How are you going? Where are you up to with putting out your About Me video? Are you doing a few more of them, or are you sitting on that one? What are you doing? Who's in charge? What are you feeling? What's going on? Anyone else? Please ask a question or stimulate some debate. Otherwise, I'll just prattle on about Facebook as a platform of evolution. Facebook's an amazing mirror of the universe. Actually, it astounds me how much of a good representation of how the universe works. Constantly monitoring what you're putting your attention on. Sorry, that's just me chewing on a lemon seed. Constantly monitoring what you're putting your attention on in subtle ways. Like now I've noticed that you don't even have to click on anything. If you stop scrolling and watch a video or portion of a video, then you're more likely to see videos that are like that or from that same sender. Because Facebook recognizes that you have put some of your attention into a particular video. If you turn the volume up on a video, Facebook records that. And so now that video, whatever the tags that came with that video are now ascribed to you, and you will see more of that content. What you're putting your attention on is what is going to appear in your feed. It's exactly the same out there in the world. It really is. What you put your attention on is what will keep getting mirrored back to you. The feedback of the mirror of our external world is awesome. And so Facebook's a great training tool to help you develop your ability to keep your attention on what you actually want to see. Because if you start looking at stuff that you don't really like just out of curiosity, you're going to see more of that shit in your feed, right? And it's the same out there in the friggin' world. If you keep looking at stuff that you don't like out of curiosity or out of judgment, right, because you want to see it and you want to prove that it's wrong, then you just keep seeing more of the stuff that you don't like to prove that it's wrong, which inherently erodes the joy in your life. But that's what happens. It's not the universe's fault. It's just a purely programmed response. What you put your energy into is what you see back more of. And so you keep looking at stuff to prove that it's wrong and you're right, little egoic hit at the moment, but then you just keep seeing more and more of this stuff, and the little egoic hit doesn't outweigh the density of seeing stuff that doesn't resonate with you. So keep your attention off stuff that doesn't resonate with you and put your attention onto stuff that does. Oh my goodness, so you lost track of time trying to refilm the video after the feedback. So definitely keen to hear your ideas around... Oh, come on, Seymour. Whoop. Maybe it works better with this finger. There we go. Around accepting feedback and using it in an empowered way. Yep, awesome. Feedback. What a great topic. It is such a dangerous thing to do. And yet it's very human nature. We do something and we put it out there for feedback. We invariably will get feedback that mirrors our own doubts. Isn't that great? Because what we want to do is we want to put it out for feedback and have everyone tell us that it's fantastic and to go with it. But you knew in your own heart that it wasn't as fantastic as you wanted, and therefore you got some feedback. Some of it was great, some of it was maybe you could try this, maybe you could do that, and the rest of it. What you choose to do with that is completely up to you, of course, right? So how do you use it in an empowered way? One is you must always recognize that people's feedback comes from their own perspective. Their perspective is influenced by their filters. Their, what's the right word? Insecurities, we'll use that word. Their insecurities is going to influence how they feed back to you in various ways. Their perceptions of themselves, their desires for themselves. They're very happy. Some people, all people are different, right? All people are different, but some people are very happy to offer critique based on how they want to be, right? We said let's just use this as an example. You go and watch 7-year-olds playing football, right? Playing soccer or playing cricket or whatever, and you look at the parents on the sideline yelling advice or encouragement, quote unquote encouragement. Vicariously living through their kids, wanting their kids to be something that they were not, right? Or something that they always wanted to be. It can be very similar with feedback. Not always. It just depends. It depends. The point is to never undermine your own knowing based on feedback you get. And always be willing to question what you think you know based on feedback you get, right? There's this delicate balance here where we use feedback as a tool to really inquire into our heart, get out of our own egoic perceptions of what we've done in either direction, right? Because sometimes we put something up and we go, well, this isn't very good. And yet we get all of this feedback saying how fantastic it is. And then we have to look at ourselves and go, why don't I think this is very good, right? Inquiry, honest inquiry as to what egoic aspect of me is judging my output as not very good. And what in the people who are now feeding back to me, what is stimulating them to think that it is very good, right? Because sometimes it's not the deepest level of energetic knowing that people are trading here, or that we're trading with ourselves, that other people are trading with us. There is no harm in trying to do anything again, to refilm something, other than the perception of wasting time. No, really, because you're going to learn something. You are definitely going to learn something, even if it is that you cannot reproduce something that's coming from, a desperation or a judgmental space that what I did before wasn't good enough, therefore I have to improve it. You haven't thrown out your original. So you have that. Now, when you do it again, you have to be in the right frame of mind. You can't be doing it from a space of desperation that I need to do this because I want to post it and I want to improve it. Because working from I want to improve it never improves anything. All you can do is relax as best you can and have a go, and trust that what you're attempting to do is really, really, really not easy. I've never had an easy job at producing, 3-minute videos. I have one to do actually on my to-do list, and I've been procrastinating around it for a long time because I just basically recognize that I haven't been in the mode or the mood to do it effectively, because I need to be very high vibrational. I need to be very relaxed. That's an interesting combination of being very relaxed and very high vibrational and feeling very natural and feeling very confident in myself. Believe it or not, that's not my natural state. I have to build that. That comes on the back of certain situations that I generally can't necessarily predict. I can make attempts at lifting my vibration. I do various things, whether it be exercise, whether it be my meditation practice, whether it be something a little bit more overt and woo-woo, like, not woo-woo, self-judgeable. I judge myself for doing this, right? Which is when I get out on my rebounder and basically just keep saying yes to myself and G'ing myself up. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. Believe it or not, when you bounce up and down and keep saying yes, I can do it to yourself, you feel freaking invincible. That's a great place to be when it comes to producing a video that really showcases who you are. Because, the bullshit doesn't come out, really, not in my, because people like you and me, Robin, we're not likely to overinflate ourselves. We have the opposite issue. So we need to G ourselves up so that our true light can shine out past the curtains that we want to keep closed on it. And one of the ways that I found to do that is to actually, do a bit of Tony Robbins style, because this is what Tony Robbins does, this big life coach guy who's, coached 4 presidents of the United States over the last 30 years and a lot of other, high level accomplishments as a life coach. So he knows a thing or two and he seems so confident in what he does, but one of his practices is before he goes onto stage, he gets on a rebounder and basically says yes, yes, yes to himself, right? He G's himself up. He puts himself in that mode of high vibration, here to serve, here to let his light shine out. And he does that intentionally for 10 minutes before he goes onto stage. So if he needs to do that, then there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing that as well to produce the best video or the best live call. I didn't do it before Chat with Matt. I didn't. I was basically running around feeding chooks and getting my morning chores done, including, my lemon juice and whatnot, because as per usual, I meditated, I slept in a little longer, then meditated, then did my journaling, then, did a few other things, wrote down a few things that was more important to me, higher priority than G'ing myself up for Chat with Matt. But I have G'd myself up through Chat with Matt because I love doing this. And interestingly enough, I can talk to my phone with you guys on the other side of it very, very easily. But if I turn off Facebook Live and just go to video shooting mode and then try and shoot a video that has a perceived outcome, right? I've kind of got a design in my mind or a script. Hopeless. Freaking hopeless. I and I are and I carry on. How much have I and ahed while I'm just talking to you about doing this, right? Hardly at all, I don't think. I'll go back and when I ever go back and listen to it, I can see that I've and ahed a lot more than I ever remembered that I did. And said right and things like that. Right, you're right. But, just to judge myself a bit more, because I can. The point is, how do we make these videos natural and normal and, how do I do it like as if I was just doing a live stream and just allowed, myself to produce an about me video through live stream? That would be great, wouldn't it? Maybe, I don't know. I haven't managed to do it yet. If I find a secret source to doing this, I will definitely share it with you, Robin. But, so, you need to move past people's critiques, people's suggestions. Take what you feel. If you're happy with the video, I think it's fine, perfectly fine actually. But if you want to try and bring, I think the critique was to bring more energy into the start of it, go for it. If you want to try and have your cat or your bunnies in the video, then go for it. But I kind of like the dryness of the start of your video. And I think it's beautiful the way you warm as the video goes on. It's only 3 minutes long. It's not like, you have to sit through hours of dryness before you get to the warmth. Anyway, but that's my take on it. I was suitably impressed with how good it was. I loved your framing. I loved your background. I loved your lighting. So I think you did really well. But everything can always be improved. So try. I wouldn't miss yoga over it though. But you did. Never mind. You got Chat with Matt live instead. Although you could have had chat with Matt live from the car park because yoga still hasn't started. Anyway, but that's it. I just saw another comment came, but it's below this one. Yeah, it's so dry as you move beyond your nerves, but I think that's endearing, personally. I think your best clients are going to get it. I think, you're not interviewing for the job of TV presenter, right? You're an editor. You do a boring behind the scenes job that most people, don't want to do. But you do it really, really well. And so you don't need to present yourself as a bubbly extrovert, because that's not what people want from you. They want your best editing work, and they don't care that you can be a little bit nervous in front of a camera. But they do love the fact that you've chosen to show up so that they know a face behind who is actually they're interacting with when you do their editing, because that's important to people, to have a relationship with you. But they don't need you to be a party girl, right? They don't need you to, be something that you're not. And I'm not saying that you're a dry person or you're not a friendly person, because you are. You're very, very warm and friendly, and you see that come through. But of course you're nervous. You're frigging having to do a video about yourself. Who wouldn't be nervous about that? Everyone's nervous about that, unless they're full of shit, right? In which case they're not actually authentically showing up. They're just putting on a face. They're an actor, right? And that's the point. You're not an actor, and you don't need to be an actor. And you don't need to, people look at these videos and they judge it from the point of view of what they're watching on television, right? They're watching the news presenters show up and how easy they talk in front of people. That's not what you're doing, right? So, be who you are. And I think the video that you produced was reasonably good at showing who you are. And your humor came through, and the caring nature of who you are came through, and your values of your values and your principles came through in various ways. So don't lose that trying to be more, right? Trying to be Smiley right from the start. You can be who you are. And of course, if you crack a joke early on and lighten the mood earlier in the video rather than later, then that's great. But it's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. It's about me and it's about you. So you did well. You did well, in my opinion. That's it. You're not an entertainer. You're an editor. Anything else, my friends? Chat with Matt's nearly over. I can't believe it. I don't seem to have got through a lot of stuff, but we had a good talk. We had a good talk with Robin and Carolyn. 2 Kiwis. So there you go. Chat with Matt. Very Kiwi affair this morning. Of course, I'm here as well. So awesome. And there's nothing else on my screen. So that's it, my friends. Whatever you've got to do. So the thing that comes out from this conversation with Robin about having to do an About Me video to put on her website is to allow yourself to, whatever you're doing, and it doesn't need to be a video that you're doing, any interaction you're doing, it's all about transparency and authenticity without having to, authenticity's been a little bit overused lately, which is a shame because I've been using it for a long time, and now every freaking marketer's jumped on the bandwagon and talking about authenticity as well. But a lot of people don't really get it, and they are trying to do authenticity in an inauthentic way, right? Authenticity is just about being your friggin' self. There's no guidelines to being authentic, right? And so that's it. Just get out there and be yourself in the world, and understand that not everyone's going to like you, and it's not your job to make everyone like you, because if you're trying to get everyone to like you, you're definitely not being authentic, right? When you're authentic, you're only going to appeal to people who resonate with you. And that is the beauty of it, because those are the people you want to have friendships with. Hey, Bart, how are you, brother? Those are the people you want to have friendships with, or collaborate with, or have as clients, or whatever, right? This is what I do in the Bright Light Client Attraction process is help people to understand. As facilitators, we're not here to offer our services to everyone, and we don't need to try and make our offers and our what do we call those things? Our services appealing to everyone, because we basically don't want to work for everyone, because working for people as a facilitator who don't resonate with you is draining and boring and not fun and not satisfying at the end of the day, because we tend not to get great results with those people anyway. So what's much better is to present ourselves. And same for Robin, right? She's looking to attract clients who she wants to edit for. So if she makes herself all bubbly and this and that, she's going to attract people who want a little bubbly friggin' editor, which is going to be draining for her. She wants someone who she can be herself with as she's editing their work, and she doesn't need to put on false pretenses to keep them happy. So that's it, my friends. Whatever you're doing out there in the world, when you present yourself authentically, you have to be prepared that you're not going to please everyone, but that's fine, because you don't want to please the people who you don't want to work with, or you don't want to be friends with, or you don't want to have to associate with. You do want to attract the people who do resonate with you, and the only way you're going to do that is by showing them who you truly are, so that they can recognize you as someone who resonates with them, and then they can start to let you see them and they see you, and right? Relationship happens through this authentic exchange of truth. Of course, truth is not locked in stone. Anywho, my friends, that is Chat with Matt for Wednesday the 9th of October, or Tuesday the 8th of October, depending on where you are in the world. Time, right, and calendars, it's not locked down, because we're all in a different time, spreading over 48 hours, or was it 47 hours and 59 minutes? I've never really worked that out. But anyway, we're spread over a whole range of times. Anywho, was it only 24 hours? I've lost the plot. I'm not sure. How could I know? Yes, it's only 24 hours. We're only spread over 24 hours, but normally, for most of the time, except for a few seconds, 2 dates are current on the Earth at any time. So that's it, my friends. Just having a little Einstein moment of relativity there. Much love to you all. Namaste. Choose to be authentic. Relax into being yourself. Have some fun while you do it, but do it in an authentic way, right? Having some fun doesn't mean, faking some laughter. It means being yourself and accepting yourself and enjoying yourself for who you are, and enjoying those who enjoy you. Much love. Bye for now. Speak to you again soon.